then the neon still glows, and so does the magic. We'll explore the one-of-a-kind cinema with roots, heart, and a whole lot of story to tell that's keeping decades of history alive on the big screen. Then, from first dates to family nights, how one mini golf course is this East Bay City's go-to for a good time, as Mornings on 2 takes you on a zip trip to Castro Valley. And you know we had to start with this live look at Golden Tee Golfland right in the heart of Castro Valley. Cool, calm, and quiet, but let me tell you, on a Saturday afternoon, this place is packed. There is no counting how many little kids' birthday parties I have been to at this very spot. It's a unique mini golf course, 2 of them, plus an arcade, plus food. It is fun for the entire family, and we are just getting started, highlighting an incredible hour on this gorgeous part of the East Bay. Welcome to Castro Valley. If you haven't been before, right off of 580, right there sort of in the elbow with 238. We're inside the Castro Valley Marketplace, a true success story. This place launched right around the time the pandemic started. We are way past that. 5 years later, it is going strong and growing every day. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, I'm Andre Senior along with Gossip McAiley, and this place is fantastic. It opened right when the pandemic started, which, you know, we talked to the developer, the architect of this building. Not the perfect time. However, it was the perfect solution after people started going back out. They wanted to gather in places where you could meet people and talk to people and sit down and have a cup of coffee. You could do that here. You can have Vietnamese pho. You can have, you know, Mexican food. You have all of it here, right here at the Castro Valley Marketplace. We're along Castro Valley Boulevard, which was the main thoroughfare through here before the highway was built before. But this place has got more than just concrete. It's got rolling hills. It's got parks. It's got what you just saw there, you know, miniature golf with like 18 holes where you can have a whole lot of fun. There is a lot of fun to be had here in Castro Valley. It's an unincorporated town, actually. It's the largest unincorporated area in Alameda County, 65,000 residents, just over that number. But there's no mayor here. So we'll talk to the people that do actually work to keep Castro Valley getting that community and that neighborhood feel coming up in just a few minutes. But first, we want to get out to Frank and Allie. We'll start with Allie. She's over at Golfland. She's teeing it up for us this morning, out live. Good morning to you, Allie. Oh, and we'll check in with Frank in a little bit. Who's with a horse there? But Allie, we'll start with you.
Good morning, Andre and Garcia. Yeah, we are at Golden Tee Golfland. Many folks have probably seen some of these displays as they drive by on 580. We are trying our hand at 18 holes of mini golf and also learning a little bit about the local history along the way. So let me, earlier off camera, I actually got a hole-in-one here. Tony can vouch for me. Oh, so close, so close. But there's a lot of fascinating history here. So coming up on our zip trip on the 9, we're going to talk about what was here before Golfland, in addition to all the fun things you can do here and all Golfland has to offer. The history here is pretty interesting. It goes back almost 100 years. I'll leave you with these 2 words: traveling circus. Yes, that's one of the things that was here before it became a mini golf park. So much more on that in just a few, but for now, I'll send it over to my friend and colleague, Frank Malicote, who has trivia covered for Castro Valley. Frank?
Yeah, we're kind of horsing around right now. I think I've got a love affair. This is Alice. Say hi, Alice. If you have carrots, this horse will love and adore you. It's owned by Dana Chase here at the Graceland Equestrian Center, and these horses are magnificent. There's, I believe, about 60 horses on property, and we're going to tell you all about what they're doing up here in the hills of Castro Valley. And of course, we're going to talk trivia. Did you know an Oakland Raider coach actually grew up in this fine town? We'll tell you who that is. Also, Lake Chabot. Just how big is Lake Chabot? Hi, Alice. And our last question, who put the Castro in Castro Valley? More on the horses, more on trivia. Alice, do you have anything to say? No? Okay, just a little bit. I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Frank. A gentle giant for sure. We'll get to check in on Frank back at Graceland throughout the hour here. First, though, let's bring in one of the people who's helping to preserve Castro Valley's roots and also make it great now and in the future. Welcome, Gary Slate. You're the head of the Chamber of Commerce here in Castro Valley. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for being here.
Of
we
course.
Really appreciate you guys coming out and visiting Castro Valley.
It is our honor. We're sitting in the middle of one of the success stories here in Castro Valley, and we will talk about the marketplace through the hour. But tell me about kind of the push-pull that comes with preserving preserving places like Golfland, like the Equestrian Center, some of the sweet mom and pop, shop hometown feel, but also attracting new business, new visitors.
Yeah, absolutely. For many people that grew up around here, this was the Daughtry's building.
Yeah.
My mom still calls it the Daughtry's building. So, but we nod that heritage. Upstairs, there is a Daughtry's museum of some historical photos and stuff like that. That's really cool. We also have several other businesses that have been around for quite some time. Pete's Ace Hardware right down the street here is celebrating their 100th year next year in business. So really cool. We got a small market, Al's Market. They've been there about 75 years.
Wow.
Newton's Ice Creamery, Lucas Deli. Some of the real historical stuff that people remember going as a child, growing up, visiting. It's really cool. And then we have this new stuff like the marketplace. We have several shops right next to the marketplace kind of expanding. This was kind of the pinnacle of the downtown rebirth. A lot of these towns are really stepping up the downtown areas, and people are really liking it. You guys mentioned, coming together with friends, family here. Every time I'm here, I run into somebody I know.
Yeah. It's interesting that this is an unincorporated part of Alameda County with tens of thousands of residents here. Usually you associate Chamber of Commerce with cities, trying to get people to cities. So it would make it even more important for you to have for you to be making Castro Valley feel like that community, feel like that neighborhood, because it's not officially a city, right?
Yeah, absolutely. First to that, I think Castro Valley definitely has that feel. It's a place where you know your neighbors, you have lots of friends, family here. You got people, families that have been here for generations, but especially for business, it's very important to have a very active chamber, because it is very different. When you have a city, you go to City Hall, you get every permit you need, and you're on your way.
Right.
Here, you might need one permit over in Hayward, one going down to Oakland. You might need to go out to another area for a different permit. So doing business is a little different, but it's definitely something that we strive to help everybody. We have a great relationship with Alameda County Economic and Civic Development. They have a permit coach as well that we can partner people up with, as well as Cal State East Bay does a lot of business coaching and counseling in a lot of areas.
Wow. A lot of people might drive by Castro Valley. They might recognize the Church of Three Crosses. They may think, I'll stop there one day. For folks who say that, what's your best pitch to get them here today?
So Castro Valley has something for everybody. As you saw, they were visiting Graceland with the horses. We got horseback riding. We got canyon lands. We have a winery. We have a golf course. We have the Golden Tee you guys just saw. There's so many different things to do. We have a bowling alley that's still active. Some of those things that are getting harder to find and harder for family-friendly type events really still exist here in Castro Valley.
Driving down Castro Valley Boulevard, you think about a variety of unique eateries in the big city. But if you drive down Castro Valley Boulevard in here as well, you'll notice that it has several different types of restaurants in here. Can you talk a little bit about having that diversity of restaurants here in Castro Valley?
Yeah, it's quite fantastic to have such a variety. Just in this building, you got pho, you got dumplings, you got sushi, you got cream puffs, you got a great wine tasting room downstairs with a good menu. Right next to us, you got Canyon's Barbecue, a fantastic place to eat. You got right down the street JP's, a great sports bar and family restaurant. You got Gangik's Asian Fusion. We also got a couple new ones coming in. We got Hot Pot coming in right across the street, and then right down at the old Rite Aid building, we got Dim Sum, and that one's gonna be 20,000 square feet and be able to accommodate weddings, anniversary parties, all kinds of cool stuff.
Can I give a little shout for my two favorite swimming holes here in the area?
Absolutely.
Call Canyon and Don Castro, East Bay Regional Parks. Just for a couple bucks, you can go in, spend the afternoon, swim, get some sun. I mean, barbecue some hot dogs. We've spent many, many lazy summer afternoons right here in Castro Valley.
Yeah, the parks are amazing.
Yeah.
Between East Bay Parks and the Hayward Area Recreation District, we also have a rodeo here.
Yes, Rowell Ranch.
Yeah, Rowell Ranch. So a lot of really fun stuff to do.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
we appreciate it, Gary. Thank you. Appreciate your time here. Castro Valley, where did the name come from?
Right.
And what does gambling have to do with all of this? We're going to have all of that, the answers, and much more coming up in Zip Trip Trivia. Frank Malico tracked down some interesting finds about this place. We'll have more on that coming up right after this as we broadcast on our Castro Valley Zip Trips here at the Castro Valley Marketplace. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to our Zip Trip, focusing on gorgeous Castro Valley here in the East Bay. We're going to get to some Zip Trip trivia, but I'm going to throw out a name that I think many of you will know that is not included in Frank's report as he takes his questions all about town, and the name is Eichler. If you are a fan of mid-century architecture, and I know there are many of you out there, did you know there are many of those homes right here in Castro Valley? The neighborhood is called Green Ridge. It's sort of on the eastern part of Castro Valley. We have toured the area many, many times. These homes, like they're out of a storybook.
Yes, they are.
Yet another reason to come out to this part
You haven't
of the
seen an
East
Eichler
Bay.
home yet. You got to check one out. So you can check them out here in Castro Valley.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so that's one name. There are many other names, other questions involved in Castro Valley. Let's bring in our Frank Malicote. Has that horse found all the carrots you've hidden in your pockets and vest? Because I think the horse had a lot of interest in you earlier today, Frank.
Yeah, I think we're married now. What a fun fun horse. Yeah, exactly. What a great view, too. We went on top of the mountain. You get a good idea how we're tucked away here in the hills of Castro Valley. The bay is straight over those hills. And as we pan to the left, you're going to work your way towards the Tri-Valley and Pleasanton. But just gorgeous up here. And at the base of these hills, of course, is the Graceland Equestrian Horseland here, over 90 acres of goodness. It's beautiful. We'll have more on that coming up later in the show. But yeah, let's talk trivia. Did you know there was a Raider coach that grew up here in Castro Valley, among other things? So how much do the locals know here in Castro Valley? Well, we took to the streets to test their knowledge, and here we go. This gentleman was born in Castro Valley, football star, 11 years in the NFL. Coached the Jaguars and was the head coach of the Raiders about 10 years ago. Who might that be?
Gruden?
First, Gruden?
No, he's not head coach.
John Gruden?
No.
Who is this football star? Linebacker out of USC.
I'm totally lost on it, and I should know this one.
Raider coach.
All right.
Go back.
That's
If
from
I give
here.
you the first name?
Yes.
Jack.
Jack. Oh, I do know him. Yeah, I wasn't.
Do you know him well?
No.
Jack Del Rio.
No, don't even
No.
know Jack.
Didn't
Del
know
Rio.
Jack.
No.
Didn't bump into him in
Didn't
Castro
bump
Valley.
into Jack. Didn't see Jack. Didn't hear about Jack. I'm thinking Madden because he was all around.
And you don't care Jack, right?
No, I don't care.
We coached him. He coached him.
That's
Wait
all
a
I know.
You coached him?
Hayward High. Well, like the bus driver did, you just make sure he got there with all his equipment. That's all you needed to know with Jack Del Rio in high school. So
What kind of guy was Jack?
he was a great guy.
Great
guy.
Beautiful Lake Chabot was formed back in the 1870s to provide drinking water for folks here in the East Bay. Plus or minus 25 acres. How big is Lake Chabot?
1,500.
Wow, that's a big lake. Way too big.
Too big?
Too big. Got to come way down.
1,000 acres?
1,000 acres. That would be a really big lake. Not quite that big.
It's bigger than Lake Merritt.
It's bigger than Lake, but that is correct. That's a good start. Smaller than Lake Tahoe.
We got to.
Is that helping?
No.
150.
Keep going high.
200.
Keep going up.
250.
Keep going up.
325.
3, go down.
305.
305, go up.
310.
310, go up.
312.
Go up a little bit more.
314.
One more.
315.
Three. What is it?
315.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You're winners. Castro Valley is home to 65,000 plus. But I'm wondering, who put the Castro in Castro Valley?
Must have been an early settler, I guess.
Must have been. And what was his name?
I don't know.
What was
Mr. Castro.
Mr. Castro.
I think it's because Castroville was taken.
No.
And that's why we don't have artichokes here, right?
That's it.
Probably a Spanish settler.
You are correct. Do you know his first name?
Juan.
Well, that was a good try.
I thought he was a landowner here too, and I think he had lost
Like a California.
part of his land because he had a gambling problem.
But his name wasn't Don. But you are correct.
No, that's like Mr.
Mr.?
Like
Mr.
You know,
Castro?
He was Don Castro.
Oh.
Like,
Okay,
like
but his
Mr.
first name was Guillermo.
Guillermo.
Guillermo. We're going to give you a solid B+ on it. Guillermo.
That would have been my next guess.
Yeah. All right, Don in Spanish is actually a title like Lord or Sir, so technically that is right. Don Guillermo Castro is indeed the founder of Castro Valley. He was a rancher and a surveyor and got over 28,000 acres back in the mid-1800s. Sadly, he was also a gambler and he lost it all gambling away. Don Guillermo Castro. There you go. Well, we're on top of the mountain here in Castro Valley, overlooking this beautiful valley, Crow Canyon, and we're going to tell you all about the Graceland Equestrian Center and Chuck Moore, who is the owner. We're at the base of his house right now. I like to go in and have a cup of coffee and just look at this every day. It's gorgeous. You won't want to miss it. That's coming up a little bit later in the show. Guys, back to you.
That is Beautiful view out there. My goodness, Frank, thank you so much. We'll check in with you in just a little bit. What does a volcano, a bank safe, and 3 dragons have in common?
It sounds like a video game.
Exactly. But we're going to have much more in it. We're going to solve that mystery coming up in just a few minutes when we go back out to Golfland. And Allie Rasmus, also, we want to let you know that the Summer Drip Trips is brought to you by AAA. If you're taking a trip this summer, we want to hear from you. If you have a favorite trip from the past, send us those photos. You can see them here during the show. And check this one out here. Oliver from Daly City submitted this photo on their family road trip to British Columbia in Canada. We'll be right back. Welcome back to our Zip Trips here in Castro Valley, a beautiful town. We're here at the Castro Valley Marketplace, a place that's been around since 2020, and it is hopping with people right now. And it's in the downtown area where it's close to many other things that you can do as well, as saw martial arts place located next door. But let's get out to another hopping spot right now. We sent things over to Golden Tee Golfland, where Allie's trying to recreate that hole-in-one she made earlier off camera, and she's able to talk about the history of Golfland as well. Good morning to you, Allie.
Good morning, Andre. I swear it happened. Tony, a photographer, saw it. This is why I didn't do a practice run, because this time around I am going to try again for another hole-in-one. Let me line this up here. Oh, I'm way off. All right, so my golf game isn't so great this morning, but this place has a fascinating history. So we're at Golden Tee Golfland in Castro Valley. This place has been an 18-hole mini golf park since the 1960s. So you can imagine all the thousands of hours families have come here to spend the weekend, hang out, have fun, kids of all ages. They tell me here that they average about 6 birthday parties a weekend, and they've been doing that since the 1960s. So thousands of birthday parties have happened here. But the history goes even beyond that. So back in the 1930s, according to local Castro Valley historians, this was a hub for a traveling circus almost 100 years ago. Kind of fitting given the whimsical displays and colorful displays they have here. But then decades after that, this place was owned by a local real estate developer. He had the only safe in town, because back in the 1950s there were no banks here in Castro Valley. So all the local businesses who didn't have safes of their own would give their stuff to this one developer here with a safe to save and hold on to their valuables. Well, when it was time for that owner to move on and Golfland came in, that safe was so massive and so big they couldn't move it off of the property. So instead, they decided to incorporate it into one of the displays here. And coming up in about 20 minutes, we're going to show you that display. Andre, I think you referenced it, the 3 dragons and the volcano. Underneath that display, there is still a massive safe from the 1950s. Nothing in it, so there's no hidden treasure there. But there is that safe underneath built into one of the displays here. So a lot of interesting history here at Golden Tee Golfland, in addition to all the fun that people can come out here. So coming up, we're going to talk with one of those local historians about the history here. There's also something that has to do with Lassie. This show was before our time, Garcia, Andre, but I do remember my parents talking about the show Lassie. But there's a connection between that show Lassie and this spot that is now Golfland as well.
You youngins don't know who Lassie is?
It was reruns when we
I know. It's not. I'm just kidding. Allie, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah. We talked about the fact that we're here in the Castro Valley Marketplace. So many options just in this one building for food, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and drinks. Right up the way, Denica's Real Food Kitchen. It's the kind of food that you could make at home, but really, who wants to? It's much nicer to go to a community gathering spot like Denica's and enjoy it there. There are so many other places to eat, drink, and snack in Castro Valley, and our Sal Castaneda will take us to as many of them as he can fit in a minute and a half. Coming up, it's one of your favorite parts of every zip trip. We do ours as well. Taste of the town as we keep shining a gorgeous spotlight here on Castro Valley.
Welcome back to our Zip Trips here to Castro Valley. We are at the Castro Valley Marketplace. You can see us up there. Tons of people are here already. This has really been meant to be a centerpiece of the downtown area of Castro Valley, and it's really turned into that. It is one place, but it really is meant to have those tentacles to get people out to the surrounding businesses, surrounding restaurants and other businesses that are right in walking distance of this area. And we're in the middle of it all right now. It's got an eclectic mix of restaurants in here. It's got a grocery store, and it's got different vendors that sell different items, not just food. So come check it out to be sure. Welcome back to our Zip Trips here to Castro Valley. Andre Cedi here, along with Gossip McAlien.
Good morning. If you can't make it here today, that's all right. I want you to mark and circle on your calendar August 13th. That is one of the main reasons newcomers come into Castro Valley. Let's talk with the head of the Rotary Club by welcoming Misty Short to the 9 here. We are focusing on all fun things having to do with Castro Valley. One of them coming up on August 13th is the Taste of Castro Valley. This is literally a stroll through the tastes of the area.
It is amazing. The community output is absolutely fabulous. If you have not tried food here in Castro Valley, this is your chance to come out and taste Castro Valley. Tickets are $40. You can get them from our website, www.castrovalley.rotary.org, and come and see what Castro Valley is all about.
Yeah, I find it really interesting. I didn't know this, and I'm sure a lot of people who are not from the area, Misty, don't know about the diversity of things that you have going on here in addition to the restaurants. You also have something called BBQ and axe throwing. How does that work?
What is that?
Axe throwing.
Oh, axe throwing. So that's an event that we have. It's a fundraiser.
Yeah.
It's held at Row Ranch Rodeo Park. And so it's a community outreach.
Yeah.
All the different businesses participate, and they compete against each other, throwing axes. And there's Canyon's Barbecue is usually there.
Yeah.
With food.
It's a fundraiser.
It's a fundraiser. So usually we use a fundraiser. We do like this past week, we're loading backpacks for children in our community.
Nice.
We do senior lunches. We have Christmas parties for underprivileged children. We have scholarships, community grants. We do local and global projects.
Yeah.
And we do everything we can to serve our community.
Yeah.
We give back big time.
Tell me about the way people who live in Castro Valley open their hearts, open their minds when something new is coming to town, when someone is in need of help. I mean, there's an incredible spirit of generosity here.
There is, and that's what Rotary is all about. We are service above self. We give back to our community. We think about what we need to do to help everybody.
How long have you lived in Castro Valley, Misty? And tell us about your connection and why you feel so strongly about supporting the community in this way, being part of the Rotary Club.
So I have been part of our community for quite some time now. I actually own Wiggle Rumps here in Castro Valley. Wiggle Rumps Retail and Classic Canines Wiggle Rumps. We service the pet community, and we really do a lot. We're involved with a lot of outreach programs and
Well, you guys also have the car show coming up as well. When is that supposed to be?
So we just had the car show.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
And so what was so incredible about our car show is that we literally gifted someone a car, a family in need. So we partnered with also Three Crosses Church up here on the hill, and we searched to find a family that was in need, and we were able to find a family that literally needed a car. And though we had it's the car show, but there's over 400 cars that were entered.
Wow. Yeah.
And that brought in several thousand people into the community, and to find the family, and it was so incredible to be able to.
Amazing.
It's life-changing. Life-changing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can I ask you, Misty, sometimes, as we're here today, there are many people who are very fortunate to be able to give of their time, of their money. There are other people who say, look, I'm struggling myself in my own family. For those people who live in Castro Valley and might need help, how do you encourage them to come forward and say, hey, look, I might need a little bit of help, because just taking that first step to be linked up with an organization like yours can be very difficult.
So you can go to our website and apply for grants, and we kind of look for service projects. We're looking for organizations and entities to be able to give to. that we're working on right now is called Find Your Smile. I come from a background of being a foster parent, so I have seen the effects of drug use and what that does to families. And if their parents are able to do the hard work and get their children, and that's a celebration. But and they go on to society and try to live a productive life. But there's one thing that prohibits them, and that's their smile, because drug use does damage the teeth, and to find a job, people are less likely. Yes, the lasting impact. So what we're trying to do is provide a program where we can help some of those parents and help them find their smile. We're raising money right now, and you can go to our website and be able to donate to help these families find their smile. Can you imagine what an impact that would be? I change somebody's life.
I have no doubt it's life-changing.
Fixing their teeth.
Absolutely.
And
it's confidence. It's able to connect. It's it's not hiding yourself. It's being fully part of the world.
So that's what Rotary is about. Life-changing, impacting, wonderful things that is life-changing.
Misty, excellent.
Misty, you are definitely doing your part to make this a community, Castro Valley, being part of the Rotary Club, helping out those in need. We really appreciate you, and thanks for stopping by.
I have a gift for you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, what I have, this is our Rotary pin.
Oh, beautiful.
And so the theme of our pin, there's our Lake Chabot.
Yes.
And then on the banks, because I come from the pet industry, is a veteran, and next to the veteran is his service dog. Both of them represent service above self, and the sun coming up above the lake represents a new day to serve. So every day is a new day to serve, and both of them embody what it means to have service above self.
Right here for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having us.
You're talking a lot here about the unique food that you can get here, and of course Sal, he had to go find out what's going on. You got Lucas Deli, you've got Asian Fusion, and so he went right in to check them out and try the food too. Check it out.
Even if you don't live in Castro Valley, it's easy to just pull off the freeway for a good meal if you're hungry. Nothing against fast food, but why not stop at Luca Deli instead? It's right on Castro Valley Boulevard. I knew this place was old school when I saw salami hanging right on top of the counter, a team of people with aprons making sandwiches, and a ticket machine where you tick a number until it's your turn to order. Why do you come here?
Because I love their sandwiches, and we always get them when we travel. So we're traveling today, and I'm picking up sandwiches.
I love looking around at a deli like this. Check out the stock deli meats and cheeses inside the glass showcase ready for the deli slicer, the potato and macaroni salads, and the shelves stocked with Italian olive oils and other items. Somehow it feels more legit. After ordering my sandwich, it was only a few minutes before I got to unwrap and enjoy it. Castro Valley has a popular Asian fusion restaurant where you can get sushi and popular Chinese, Vietnamese, and Thai dishes. I love watching the sushi chefs ply their craft. That alone is worth stopping by this popular restaurant. I prefer sitting at the sushi bar because I can see the chefs make a dish like this. In the same shopping center, we found Bake It Up, a small bakery that has some very popular items. Dubai chocolate is all the rage now, and you can get that here.
I'd say the most popular thing is our Arabic leche. It's a cake soaked in milk, and it has a Arabic crema on top, and it has a lot of Arabic spices, rose petals, and pistachios. It's really popular. A lot of people love it.
So of course I had to try it just to see what all the hype is about.
Oh my goodness.
I'm here to say the Arabic leche is worth the hype. Trying several of the items here, I can say they are all super fresh and super good. The owner of Bake It Up, Fatima Mohammed, an Oakland native, started selling her baked goods at the Hayward Farmers Market, and now she's realized her dream of having a permanent brick and mortar location.
I'm happy I'm here. It's my passion. I love doing what I'm doing. That's the key.
Puerto Rican food restaurants are hard to find in the Bay Area, and one of the best is La Perla, which recently moved to Castro Valley. La Perla is upstairs in the Castro Valley Marketplace. Look up and you'll see the Puerto Rican flag. From the moment I walked in, I liked the ambiance and the festive music and the smell of good food. Here you can get traditional Puerto Rican dishes like mofongo empanadillas, and chicharrón. Chef Cheo Ortiz says he wants to introduce Castro Valley to authentic Puerto Rican cuisine.
I moved my family 2 years ago to Castro Valley, so I live here now. And I want to offer to them something different, something that they never had before.
This is a family restaurant. Even Chef Ortiz's grandchildren can be seen lending a hand. When I asked the chef what I should try, he didn't hesitate.
The pork chop. Pork chop. It's a very special cut. They're not little pork chop. The pork chop over here is 1.25 inches thick. I want to be sure that when we offer food to people, I want them to appreciate it. I want them to feel it. I don't believe that if you want to be offered a pork chop, just give them a pork chop.
And oh boy, did he give me a pork chop. This huge cut was served with delicious rice and salad.
Crispy, juicy, it's good, it's really good.
I really like the food and the atmosphere here, and many times you'll see the chef himself chatting with and welcoming his customers.
Looks amazing. And let's do something that'll help work up an appetite, right? Hunter, jumper, and dressage, or just trot. If you have never been on a horse before, or if you're an experienced rider, you can head out to Graceland here in Castro Valley. This is where we find our Frank Malika once again at the Equestrian Center.
Yeah, we sure are. You may have seen earlier my love affair with Alcace. And this is Dana Chase out of Lafayette. She's riding her horse, Alcace, right now. She has been riding for over a decade now, and just one of the many members that come up here, board their horses, and hang out on this beautiful ranch. It's 89 acres. They teach all the disciplines of riding. And as I mentioned, you can board your horse. There are over 60 horses here. And why don't we bring in the owner, Chuck Moore? He is a racing car enthusiast, a rancher. Come on over here, Chuck. And also, you're into politics in Castro Valley on the Ag Board and the, not the Board of Supervisors, but...
No, we have a municipal council. We're in an unincorporated area, so we're appointed by the Board of Supervisors. We have 7 members on the board and serve on the Ag Board as well as the Fair Board. Well,
you know, we'll talk about Castro Valley agriculture in a minute, but first, tell us about Graceland. Where did the name come from, and tell us about your equestrian center.
A friend of mine started this. He was an architect about 20 years ago. Didn't really like the equestrian business. His wife had not a fancy for it, and my wife was an equestrian. And the name Graceland came from, I told my wife if we acquired it, it'd be by the grace of God.
Well, there you go.
And we wanted kind of a biblical feeling to it. And we love Elvis, so, you know, it worked out real well.
Oh, my God, I guess so. And you got 60 horses, 20 of your own, 40 that are boarded, and you teach all disciplines, right?
Yes, we're mainly a 3-day event barn. One day is dressage, one day would be cross-country, and the other day would be stadium jumping. In the arena you're standing in right now is primarily for stadium jumping and dressage. So, anyway, the wife did that for many, many years. We traveled around the country. Most people don't know, but we have an Olympian here in Castro Valley that rides. And he was here with Peggy and I for about 5 years, and he's right down the road now at another equestrian center.
Very good.
So,
talk about Castro Valley as an agricultural community, because there's a lot of land here. And as I mentioned earlier, when you fly over this place, it's massive, and it's, you know, it's like the wilderness a little bit.
You know, that's the beauty. People go up and down Crow Canyon Road, and they have no idea this is here. And, you know, Castro Valley has a unique history. We're a huge agricultural community. We have about 6 canyons in the area, and everybody thinks about Castro Valley as the town, but we're an unincorporated area, and we're an agricultural area. We have over 400 ranches in Castro Valley.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, huh?
Yeah. Well, we're running out of time, but I know you want to plug away on a rodeo that's actually happening this weekend.
Yes. Castro Valley is one of the few communities that has a rodeo ground, Row Ranch Rodeo. This weekend is our junior rodeo, and it's a belt buckle series, and it's a great series. I think they have 250 contestants already signed up for it. So if people can get out this weekend, it'd be a great place to see some real entertainment.
So wax up the boots a little bit and come on out. Chuck, always a pleasure. Really good to meet you again. We've met once before, and we got a tour of the ranch as well. It's just gorgeous up here. So if you got time, go out Crow Canyon Road and take a peek. It's beautiful up here. Guys, back to you.
Mount up, Frank. I want to see your riding skills. All right. Thank you so much, Frank Malico. We'll check in with you a little bit later. Owning a pet, a dog or a cat, wonderful experience if you like animals, but they're not cheap.
You know this.
And yes, I know this for sure. My sister's going through it right now with her dog. Paws That Matter is an organization based right here in Castro Valley. We're going to show you the great work that they're doing in this community, and they also save dogs and cats that are scheduled to be euthanized, that are in an overpopulated shelter. That unfortunately happens, but this organization, their effort is to save them and get them adopted out. We're going to have a live report, introduce you to the animals next, and also we want to let you know that before we go to break, that this summer of Zip Trips is brought to you by AAA. If you're taking a trip this summer, we want to hear from you. If you have a favorite trip from the past, send us those photos, and you can see them right here during the show. Tanisha from San Jose submitted this photo on a road trip to Pismo Beach. Thank you so much, Tanisha. We'll be right back. Welcome back to our KTVU Fox Local Zip Trips here to Castro Valley. I'm Andre Senior. Thank you so much for joining us. We want to introduce you to someone that's doing something really special in this community. She's the executive director of an organization called Paws That Matter. I introduce you to Jackie Agello Eldridge. She is the executive director of Paws That Matter. And Jackie, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And who are you with today?
What an amazing opportunity we all have.
Yeah.
I'm here with our board director, John Mary. Some of our volunteers.
Yeah.
This is Scooby hanging out with us.
Yeah.
And then we have the amazing support of the Castro Valley High School Cheer Squad.
Yeah, we're going to show you them in just a minute. But first, who's this little one right here with you?
This little girl's name is Hazelnut. Hazelnut is a 5-year-old, kind of a stretched out dog, so our best guess is Dachshund. And because of her little curly coat, we think she's a poodle, so we call her a Doxy Doodle.
A Doxy, I like that name. That might stick, actually. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the work that you do here. And you all here at Pause That Matter, you rescue animals when shelters get overwhelmed. Tell me about that process and what you guys do to help rescue those animals.
The amazing, unfortunate situation is shelters are overcrowded, so they no longer intake animals from the community. And then almost every day I get an email from the shelters, and they have a list of dogs that are unfortunately going to be euthanized. So we take them and we give them medical care and we find them great, fantastic homes.
So you still work to find them home. You are another resource to get those animals adopted instead of them being euthanized.
Absolutely.
All right, and tell us about the work that you're doing for the unhoused, people that are unhoused with animals. We see that all the time. Of course, taking care of an animal isn't cheap. That's where Pause That Matter come in. Tell us about that.
We offer them support to hopefully keep their animals with them. So we have vaccines and flea treatments to help them, food, other needs that they might have, because we really believe it's an important factor that they have the companions that they have.
Yeah, they need them. And you also rescue adoptables. You make sure that they're housed not housed in kennels, but with foster families. Tell us how you do that, and you must have a network of folks that you work with.
I'm surprised I have a network of friends anymore because I keep trying to give them a cat or a dog. Our entire program is based on foster families. Our dogs and our cats are all listed. Excuse me. In private homes, are all located in private homes, so they can get love and care on a daily basis. We actually have a new incentive program right now. We have a foster incentive. So if you join our program and stay in our program for 3 months, you receive a $25 gift card.
Wow.
If somebody refers a foster to us and they stay for 3 months, then we give them a gift card also.
Yeah, you're doing great, Rick. Jackie Agello Eldridge, pausethatmatter.org. If you can help foster one of these animals, it's going to be a fantastic work that you're doing here. And I also want to give a big shout out to the Castro Valley High School cheerleaders. They support Pause That Matter. I'm now going to send it over to Allie. She's still working on getting that hole in one, Allie.
Yeah, we're at Golden Tee Golfland in Castro Valley, and last time around we talked about some of the history here on this plot of land beyond the whimsical displays and the colorful structures that you see here on this 18-hole mini golf course. This is one of the features, though, we want to focus on this time around. You see this if you're driving down nearby. You can see this volcano with 3 dragons poking their heads out of the top. I want to bring in Robert Souza. He is the owner of the Castro Valley News, and he's a board member for the Castro Valley History Museum. Thanks for being with us, Robert.
Thank you for having me.
What is the history behind this particular display? What is underneath that volcano?
So back in the very early days of Castro Valley, when this was all chicken ranches and it was a dirt road, a realtor had this property, Mr. Payne, and his tagline was clean deals in dirt. And he had the only safe in Castro Valley, so all of the businesses would deposit their cash in here, and everybody trusted each other.
Because there was no bank.
There were no banks here.
So if you had money, you had to go to this guy.
You had to go see Mr. Payne. And when Mr. Payne decided he was done with this property, they had to do something with the enormous safe that was here. So our local historian, Lucille Lorge, her cleaners is across the street. This is all from her. So they tried to remove the safe. They had a truck. They had a crew of guys out here trying to get it out. They finally decided, why don't we just cover it in cement and put the dragons on top? And that's what they did.
So underneath this volcano here, there is actually a old safe from about decades ago that's underneath this display, and it's still there. It doesn't have anything inside.
It
so.
is empty. Yeah.
Okay, so no one should go digging for lost treasure here. Yeah. Some of the other interesting history here. At one point, there was a kennel company, a dog raising company that was here back in what, the 1940s?
I think the 40s or the 30s, and from what I heard from Lucille, this kennel had the original Lassie from the motion pictures.
So the original Lassie from MGM, the TV show from, like 1950s, 1960s. The original Lassie was raised here in Castro Valley, and was a star of the screen.
Yes. Yeah.
There's a lot of interesting history here. What do you love about capturing all that and keeping track of that through the Castro Valley History Museum?
For more people to enjoy it, for more people to learn all of the history that's here, because you would drive through and you would see, oh, it's just a town. There's Pete's Ace Hardware, there's a bowling alley, but there's so much for us to be proud of and know and share, and the Castro Valley History Museum is working very hard to preserve that for future generations.
Robert, thank you so much. Now, before I go, because I said last time, before off camera, I was able to get a hole-in-one. I'm going to try again. One last time. This is a hard one.
This is Addie's last chance, people.
Yes.
Is she going to make it? We're watching this.
Whoa, that was close.
Oh,
it was
all
so
right,
close.
Allie's
No, we got to go. We got to do it.
If we had time, we would
Take two, yeah.
All right, Allie, you keep going. I trust that she did make it off camera. We're back with more in Castro Valley in a second. I'm sure she did.
Welcome back to our Zip Trips here to Castro Valley. We are joined right now by Alex Largusa. He is with the Chabot. He's the director of the Chabot. It's the only independent single-screen theater offering first-run films. Alex, thank you for joining us. How do you keep that up and running as a single screen?
You know, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's not easy. I mean, when you have larger megaplexes like, you know, Regal or AMC or whatever struggling, you know, how are we supposed to compete with them? How we do
what do you say? Yeah, what do you say
is
to them?
that we don't.
Yeah.
We've tried to operate our theater as so much more than just a first-run movie theater. We're constantly connecting with the local Bay Area film community, with local partners here to bring special events to the Chabot Theater. And that's kind of our bread and butter.
Can I tell you how much I love a neon sign?
Oh my God, it's my favorite. I love it so much.
What's the draw here? Put it in words for me.
I think especially at nighttime, especially in the winter when it's a little rainy and you can see the neon kind of reflecting off of the
movie scene.
It makes you feel like you're in a movie. It's super cinematic. I love it. I always, when I'm driving down Castro Valley Boulevard at night when it's been raining, I'll put on some cool cinematic song and just pretend I'm somewhere else.
$10 holler, real quick. We have to wrap up. What is that?
That's a comedy show coming up that we've partnered with a group called New Wave Millennials. That's a comedy group, and so they're coming out to bring a show to Castro Valley.
All right. Thank you so much.
Tell me real quick, just in 2 seconds, how important is it that people support your theater?
Immensely important. It's the most important thing you could possibly do.
Come out, support.
I love your theater, so I'm glad we could have you on.
Thank you so much.
We have to cut this short.
All good. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate it.
We have a whole other half hour coming up on Take Two on the Fox Local app. We've got some Little League champs behind us. We have to mention, if you're hitting the road this summer, as I know you are, we would love to see your photos from your road trip. AAA would love to see your summer zip trip photos. If you're taking a trip in the car, show us where you're headed. If you have a favorite trip from the past, send us the photos and videos. We will share them here during the show.
And don't forget to join us for our next zip trips. It's going to be in Brentwood, August 15th, 9 a.m. Thank you, Castro Valley. Bye.
Welcome to Take Two. We have a whole half hour packed for you as we continue our love for Castro Valley. If you were with us for the past hour or so, we were shining a light on all the great food and places to go and all that in Castro Valley. Now we're going to talk about the people, specifically a team of young champions. Do you remember what it was to be like 8, 9, 10 years old and win something that meant so much to you? We have a whole winning team here. Gentlemen, thank you for being here. Joe Parrott, you're the coach. Tell me about the championship your team just won.
Well, we had to play 15 games in about 3 weeks.
Wow.
And
smokes.
We only lost 2.
Wow.
But the final championship, the state championship, we lost to the team, and we had to beat them twice. So we had to win 3 games in a row. And these boys came through. I couldn't be more proud of them.
Congratulations.
Between the coaches, the parents, we all were traveling all over for 3 straight weeks. And they work their tails off, and they deserve everything that they get.
Tell us a little bit about you and the boys, personally, so people understand who we're looking at here and who you are.
So we're a part of Castro Valley Little League. We're the only Little League in Castro Valley. We're in a district of all the surrounding cities, and we play 20 games during the regular season, and then we pick the best 13 kids. These are the best 13 kids in Castro Valley for 10-year-olds. And then we play a district tournament.
Yeah.
We beat all of those teams. Then we played a sectional tournament where it's the Pleasantons, the San Mateos, the Fremonts.
Yeah.
And we won that tournament. And then we went to the state, and we had to play all the surrounding sections, and we came out on top.
And look, I have to point out, you guys, and it's not just the kids here and you, the coach. There are parents involved. There are siblings involved. This is a whole community thing. You guys gave up summer vacation, trips to the water park. I mean, when it came down to, are we going to do this or not? What kind of conversations were you having?
So a lot of these kids play on the same travel ball team, and we had a tournament in Reno before states. And there was not a conversation. We knew we were going to state, and we were going to forego it. And there were some kids that weren't on this team that had to forego it as well. The first day of states, we won the game. We were so excited. And one of the kids' little brothers had to cancel his birthday party, so we had a birthday party for him in the hotel with a bunch of screaming kids. There's a Eureka hotel that probably doesn't want us back. So we made do. We had birthday parties. One of the assistant coaches' birthdays was while we were up there. So it was definitely we had to give a lot, but we got a lot back, and the support we got was amazing.
What do you want parents to know about? I mean, you won this year. When do things kick back up again for you guys?
The Little League, we start signups usually sometime late fall. Tryouts begin in like January. The season, the teams are picked in February. Season starts in March. You can sign up for a travel ball tournament any weekend of the year. But there's only one 10-year-old all-star team and state tournament, and that's can be more important than a travel ball tournament that you can play every week. The bond that these guys have will live forever.
So.
Let me roll back the clock quite a bit here. How old are you guys? Give me your ages. You're about 10. 9, 10. Okay,
10.
Perfect. So, at this stage, most of you guys have probably been playing for a little while, right? At the very beginning, and I ask this of you because my son started playing baseball after my brother's son did. And when I told my brother, hey, my little one's going to play baseball, my brother said, there's a lot of failure in baseball. And I didn't know what he meant, and now I do. Can you explain the trajectory that happens?
So I went through all the Little League, ended up playing briefly minor league ball, but some of these kids, in fact, there's probably 4 or 5 of them, they went 0-20 when they were 8 years old.
Wow.
0-20 in Little League. There's a lot of failure, and that's the number one thing that we teach them, me and the coaches and the parents, is that failure is a part of life. And as soon as you learn that, you're going to be better for it. And these guys have every loss that we had, the 2 losses we had, they bounced right back. And that's what's amazing. 9, 10-year-olds, that usually doesn't happen. And they did. It was awesome.
Tell us about the community support that you get when when you're out there on the field. What's that like?
So we were lucky enough. We won our district tournament, and the sectional tournament was at the district field. So they were hosting it. We had other leagues from our district out there cheering us on, as well as obviously the Castro Valley community. Then when we went to state, the district actually voted to give us each parent some money for hotel rooms.
Oh, that's huge.
Not just monetarily, but we had one family in our Little League who was not on this team who decided to have their vacation up in Eureka, a summer vacation in Eureka to be at the field. So that sort of stuff was amazing, and just the love that we got throughout the state on Facebook and Instagram and phone calls, just amazing.
Can I tell you? You and I talked briefly online, and you said everyone here is as important to the team as the next kid. It's not like you have 2 superstars and then a supporting cast. Tell me about working with a team like that.
So generally, you see the teams that go really far, and they have like a big, giant kid who hits the ball.
Like a 14-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we didn't have that. I think every coach I talked to, they brought up another kid.
Oh, that's amazing.
And every one of these kids
That's amazing.
had a valuable role on this team. And from the get-go, we talked about it. They were all shortstops and pitchers during the regular season.
Yeah.
The better kids are usually playing that. We had a conversation of, we still need 3 outfielders out of you guys. We still need some bench players.
And you worked
to support
out?
us.
Yeah.
And
How'd they take
not one of them blinked at all.
That's awesome.
So this team, you could take one person off and they'd be just as good.
Yeah.
You take all of them off, obviously, but it's a team deal, full team thing, and they bought into it and couldn't be more proud.
How long has the organization been around?
Since 1955.
1955.
Castro Valley Little League started.
Wow, that is a beautiful thing to watch. What's happened here. And do you accept help from the community? You know, outside of what
everything
is
voluntary.
Everything's voluntary.
The Little League World Series is actually played in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and the name of the field is Volunteer Field.
Nice.
Oh wow.
So everything is voluntary. We accept anyone who wants to help coach, donate, work on fields.
Do the announcing, chop the field. Can I ask you real quick? You mentioned you played some minor league ball. You went pretty far. What do you hope these kids take from baseball, even if they don't reach that height?
Life. It's just life lessons.
Yeah.
The teamwork, the him needing him and needing him.
Yeah.
Just the teamwork involved with it. Team sports goes to life.
Yeah.
And the failure.
Yeah.
You know, we all fail. We fail more than
Oh yeah.
we have positives, right? And being able to learn from it. And like I always tell them, we don't lose, right? We win or we learn. And you learn from that.
Well, y'all have been doing pretty well. If was it you won 8 games, lost 2 games?
We won 13 and lost 2 in 3 weeks.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm sure the losses you get hit pretty hard, too, especially when you're doing pretty well in the season.
The first loss was extra inning game. 17,
my God, you're
17 to 16. We went ahead. They came back. We went ahead. They came back. It was crazy.
They
came back the next day and won the next day.
Awesome.
Nice.
I mean, I have to say, like, and you know, you guys are young still. You haven't even hit middle school for the most part. I have a high schooler who plays, and my son will learn things from his coach and do things for the coach that he wouldn't do for mom and dad. As in, if you're on time, you're late, and if you're early, you're on time.
Yep.
Smiling, you know that one, right?
Yep.
So I would like, if we could fast forward 20 years from now to see where these boys are as young men.
That's gonna be awesome.
I would now come and ask you guys, because we have to wrap this part of it up. Is there like a cheer you say, or like a something to get your? I see nodding.
Yes, look at his face.
Coach, is it okay that we have you guys cheer us up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we're going to hand it over to this amazing team of 8 and 10-year-olds. You guys won the state championship. Coach, I hand it over to you. Thank you for being here. Take it away, boys, and we'll take a quick break and come back with more of Take 2.
Boys, take it away. 1, 2, 3. Rally,
rally, Castro Valley. Rally, rally, Castro Valley.
Yay.
Rally, Castro Valley. Congratulations, boys. We'll be right back here on Take 2. You guys are on.
Welcome back to our Fox Local Zip Trip, Take 2 on Fox Local, KTVU.com as well. Thank you for joining us. We are joined by another business right here in the Castro Valley Marketplace. It's called Beer Papa's, and it's owned by Ye. She is a resident of Castro Valley and also a business owner. And you sell, you sell cream puffs, handcrafted cream puffs. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, thank you for having me here.
Of course.
Yeah, so we're from Beer Papa's, and we specialize in cream puffs. We're home of the cream puffs.
Yes.
Yeah, and in our shop, and we bake our cream puffs throughout the day. We use the best ingredient. We dip into all different flavor eclair, especially our filling. It's a vanilla custard. We use real ingredient. The vanilla bean we manually scraped. So we're really proud.
That's delicate.
I bring some
Can we open what is on your lap?
Yes.
Let's take a look here. You know what? I'll hold this, and you go ahead and
Let's see
open.
if you can point it that way to that camera, we can get a little shot of the cream puffs. Tell us a little bit about that.
And tell us what you have. I see pink.
So
let's
I
start there.
a classic package. This is our original cream puff. This is our strawberry cream puff. You even can taste the strawberry seeds. This is our Belgian dark chocolate cream puff.
Wow.
This is Oreo. Everybody loves Oreo.
You know.
This is a green tea. I'm not sure if you can see a green tea.
Yeah, the green tea down
and
the bottom.
this is, can you guess what it is?
Is it like a churro? Give me some cinnamon.
I want to try some of that.
Amazing.
So and the inside, usually our most popular filling is our vanilla custard.
I believe it.
Yeah, we fresh made, and people just, it's so light, so creamy.
Wow. Can I tell you, I do a little bit of baking at home. I cannot make that. And so one of my rules for when I do go out and treat myself is I want to go buy things that I can't make at home. And this fulfills that 100%. When people have one of your cream puffs for the first time, what's the reaction? What do they say?
People just say, I've been waiting for you guys to come here to Castro Valley. And the people say, you make us proud to live here. So this is also, we want to bring, I live in Castro Valley. I want to bring the best to my community. So I'm very proud. And can I talk a little
Freddie,
bit?
I want to ask you about Freddie's Brew and what it all supports. Tell me about it.
So Freddie's Brew take a special spot in my heart. And in our shop, in the corner, there's a little coffee station called the Freddie's Brew. And this is Freddie, and then Freddie's Brew, the tagline is brewing hope for furry friends. Freddie used to be my dog. He is a rescue, so he passed away, but he just takes such a big part in my heart. And we want to carry, in honor of him, we want to carry his spirit. So I formed this, I created this Freddie's Brew with a mission. So 20% of all our drinks, we donate to animal rescue. So we want to Freddie keep living in his spirit and helping more rescues.
So you come here at Beer Papa's, and you can get the cream puffs and the coffee as well at that station.
So we always say, puff make people smile, and pets, people love it, and coffee warms you.
You deliver?
We deliver. We cater.
That's what I'm talking
whether it's your daily treat or your special occasion, wedding, birthday, baby shower, we cater. And all the good stuff. We bring people smile.
I'm just dropping a little note for our bosses in case they want to cater some of this to our office.
They want to surprise us one day.
Hopefully they hear it. We deliver wherever you are.
Can I ask you, how long has Beer Papa's been inside the marketplace?
So actually next week will be our 2-year anniversary.
Got it.
And how's it been? How's it been actually? Because I know they opened in the pandemic. Things were a little rough to begin with, but now people are looking for places to go out and meet each other and hang out and have coffee. Yeah, tell us a bit about that.
It's really good. Our community really thriving, and the Castro Valley not big, but I'm so proud to say our community is so tight, and we have so many events throughout the year to help the community, help the kids get sponsorship or get scholarship. The most important is all the business join force to make our community better. And then now more and more business coming, and we're really proud to be part of it, to grow together with the community.
Do you have some of the same people coming like every Thursday? Me and my mom friends stop by after we drop off the kids, that sort of thing?
Yes. So vanilla, as I mentioned, people love our vanilla filling. That's our classic filling. But to make it more fun, every day we have a flavor of the day filling. So besides vanilla, like Monday we have Vietnamese coffee. Tuesday sometimes we have ube, and then like milk tea, horchata. Yeah, all kinds of.
So who comes comes up with all that? Is that you?
Yeah.
Do you have a team?
I come up with that just to make it more fun.
lucky
And
you.
we change our filling schedule every week. So every Monday we post our weekly schedule. So people always follow our social media.
Yeah, I was
Beer
gonna ask you.
Papa's Castro Valley. They
Yeah.
will check, what's going on this week?
Like, let's go on Wednesday.
Yeah,
Oh, I
so
like it.
sometimes I post a little bit late. People say, I didn't see the schedule yet. So.
Well, you know what I love about this is you can't get this at a big business, right? At a franchise business. This personalized offerings that you give to local folks here in this community, right?
Yeah, well, Beer Papa is a franchise star in Japan, but I want to give a little bit personal
Your spin
touch.
on it, yeah.
That's why I want to bring it to our business and to our community, just to give it a Castro Valley touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we even have a Beer Papa mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
You do?
we do cream puff
Oh, I
with
see.
coffee
Yeah,
event,
yeah.
and it's just so much fun.
Yeah.
I should invite you guys back when we have that
We would
event.
love to be here. Can I ask you, can I nerd out a little bit in the kitchen with you? Cream puffs, like I said, I've never made
she
one. I
cooks all- I
probably
don't
never
know.
will. I'm guessing there's a lot of egg in the batter. Take me through what makes a cream puff puff.
So cream puff, basically the dough is baked because the steam.
Okay.
So we're not fried, we're baked. So
Right.
it's very healthy.
okay.
That's the dough part.
And what makes up the dough?
The dough is the egg yolk, the flour. Yeah, so very basic.
Okay.
And then the sugar and then
Okay.
make the dough baked. But our dough is special. Not only it's a usually cream puff dough is a choux pastry.
Right.
But we make it two part. The top is the choux pastry.
Okay.
But the bottom we put a pie crust. So it's
wow.
very
A
crunchy.
little flaky.
Yeah, crunchy. So it's
Oh,
not
okay.
normal cream puff. That's why sometimes people say we're the world's best cream puff. So I'm
Wow,
honored.
that
So-
is complex.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's the dough part. And then inside is the filling part. It's our vanilla custard. We use the best ingredient. We use the European butter, and we use the special
Wow.
flour, special egg yolk.
Got
We
it.
get this special egg yolk from Canada.
Okay.
So it's golden orange.
wow.
So it really adds the taste.
Okay.
And the most important is our vanilla bean. We manually, we don't
Scrape?
use,
Yeah,
we
you scrape
scrape
it?
every, we don't use any extract. We
Wow.
scrape every bean.
Wow.
So you will see those black dots
Yes,
in the
yes.
custard. So that's why it tastes so natural, so fresh.
Can I ask you, like, you're naming eggs, I'm guessing there's a lot of milk or heavy cream.
Milk, heavy cream.
I just know from, like, food costs are going up in my household. Can you tell me how you balance food costs rising? And at a certain point, you don't want to scare people away with the prices on your pastries. I mean, tell me about that balance.
Especially our chocolate, the eclair top. We stick with the Belgian chocolate, and price tripled over the past 6 months.
Prices tripled in 6 months.
Yes,
Wow.
but we cannot triple our cream puff.
Right.
So that's like a struggle.
Yeah.
But we don't want compromise. We don't want swap to different chocolate. So we stick with it. But meanwhile, we try our best. Sometimes I work harder as a laborer.
Yeah. Spoken like a true business owner,
Yeah, exactly,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, it's very tough.
Yeah.
That's why we try to push a lot on the marketing. Community support us a lot. We try to push for more party order and then just try to help us, support us. It's hard.
I like
Although
that.
we enjoy being in the community, doing all the happy things, especially Beer Papa not only delivered the best cream puff, it delivered a cheerful.
Yes.
It's like Christmas all year.
Yes.
and
I
now,
can tell,
right?
yeah, you're a very cheerful person. Yeah, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you
us.
so much.
For Beard Papas, thank you so much. And also, don't forget the coffee, too.
Don't forget coffee from Freddie.
Freddie, yeah.
20% donate to Animal
To Animal
Rescue.
Shelter, yeah.
Would you like a cream
Well,
puff?
you do. Since you asked. What do you get?
Yeah.
We'll
yeah,
hang on to these. We have one more segment of Take Two we get to do coming up, so we'll have to put this on a quick pause, but there's more after this. Those are beautiful.
Yeah.
Those are all for you guys. Come over, get more.
Okay.
Everybody get one.
Oh, thank you. We'll be back.
The Oreo's mine.
Love the
Take two, Andre Sr., Garcia McAlien here. We had a couple of things we want to fit in real quick. Giselle from Slice House, come on in. Slice House, Tony.
Are you kidding
Look at this. Look at this pizza right here.
Oh my gosh.
Just wanted to show this off.
Right.
And, we had that famous chef from North Beach over here now, here in Castro Valley. And look at this. I mean, it smells so good.
I think Tony Gemignani, known around the world now as is pizzaiolo, is that the correct term? He started here in Castro Valley. We came to the Castro Valley shop, one of our first things when we came back to the Bay Area 20 years ago, and it was incredible.
Yeah.
And just to see the growth and success of his pizza is really mind-boggling.
Can you save me a slice, please?
Can you save me? Can you
But
save me
I think everyone
slices?
here, the whole crew's ready to dive into that. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank
oh my
you.
goodness.
Send our best to Tony. I know he's got a shoulder arm thing going, but he makes pizza like you have never had before.
Yeah.
Slice House, incredible pizza. So, wow. All right. As if we had room in our stomachs for more. We had to clear some room. We have a gentleman who is the head of La Perla, Chef Cheo.
Yep.
You are the head of La Perla, now here in Castro Valley. You moved your business from Oakland to Castro Valley for a very personal reason. You're like, my whole family's here. Tell me why this makes sense for you.
Well, it makes sense because we was looking for a city that will be a little bit more relaxing. I want to start a new chapter in my life.
Okay.
I give Oakland 48 years of my life, so now I'm in Castro Valley. I've been here for 2 years. I found Castro Valley, and I found the right place to open my restaurant in this city. And it's been very
Tell us about your restaurant, because you have a little something that you serve there.
Yeah, right now what you're seeing over here is my signature dish. I seasoned this 2 days before I cook it. It's called a pernil. It's a picnic pork shoulder. And it's only for Saturday, because I cook it for 14 hours.
Wow.
I usually throw it on Friday night to Saturday morning.
Wow.
And the people come from the boonies just only for this.
Can I ask you, for people who don't know as much, certainly nobody knows as much about Puerto Rican cuisine as you do, but what are some of the hallmark dishes of Puerto Rican cuisine that you lure people in with?
Well, this is the number one of Puerto Rican dish, and then you got the arroz con gandules, you got pasteles, you got empanadilla, and right now I have one of the best pork shop in the whole town. My pork chop is 1 inch and a quarter thick.
I think, did Sal taste the pork chop?
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Thick,
He almost ate the whole bone and everything.
That's right. He never brings any back for it.
That is Sal for you, So I'm very happy to be in Castro Valley. I moved my whole entire family from Oakland.
Wow.
And in Seven Hills, very quiet, very
it's like a country
happy.
out there practically. Seven Hills.
Practically. Seven Hills is very quiet. You know, I only got deer coming around me, coyote.
It's time for that.
Well, they don't come in no more. They find out that I'm a chef, so they stay away from me.
Tell us about the hat real quick before we go.
This hat is called a pava. It's a very traditional cultural Puerto Rican hat. And it was used in 1990 when the people used to cut sugar cane or picking up coffee. This is the hat that they was using it. So it's very traditional. So
is it handmade?
It's all handmade. You know, so I want the people in Castro Valley to learn not only about my food, but also to learn about my culture. That is very
Puerto Rican
important.
culture, yes.
Right now in Castro Valley, they're experiencing something that they have never experienced, a real Puerto Rican restaurant.
You can't find a whole lot of them here, which makes it so interesting that you're here. You don't find a lot of Puerto Rican restaurants, not as much as you find Mexican restaurants here. So it's important to spread that culture.
Not as much like my restaurant, La Perla, because we are the best of the best in the whole Bay Area.
Absolutely, look at that.
And then I'm very happy to be here, Garcia, Andre. It's really a big honor to be sitting down with both of you.
It's an honor to have you.
I want to invite the whole entire Castro Valley, Hayward, Dublin, San Ramon, Pleasanton, Livermore, all those people are here right now, and very easy to find. So you take 580 and you exit, you over
and look
here.
for the hat.
Yeah, look for the hat.
Look for the smell of pork shoulder.
All right, we got to go, Chef.
Congratulations on your success. I'm glad you found it here in Castro Valley. Congratulations to you. Keep living that calm, easy life here in Castro Valley.
Cooking that great
food.
So
much.
Thank you very much.
I think we need like another hour.
We don't have enough time. We ran out of time today, guys.
But you know where to find me anyway.
You can find it all in Castro Valley.
Thank you, Castro Valley.
Thanks for being here. Chef Cheo of La Perla. You have been great, Castro Valley. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
See you next time. time on Take Two. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for another edition of On the Record. I'm Andre Sr. Thank you for joining us. This time we're talking about the WNBA. As you know, it is growing in popularity over the years, and now the players, they want to get paid. So let's say, for instance, what a WNBA player gets paid compared to what an NBA player gets paid. Caitlin Clark, the most popular player right now in the WNBA, her salary is $78,000 a year. Compare that to a pick in the NBA draft who can pull in millions of dollars in the first year of their deal. So that is what the WNBA players want. Maybe not as high because the popularity of the WNBA isn't on par yet with the NBA, but they do want a share of all this. So, for instance, the Golden State Valkyries, their franchise fee was $50 million last year. Well, now that team is valued at $500 million. And next season, the league, the WNBA league, is going to get $2.2 billion in a TV rights deal. That money could also be going to the players themselves. You might have seen at the All-Star game in Indianapolis when some of the WNBA players came out for a warm-up wearing a shirt saying, "Pay us what you owe us." And that is the message that they're trying to send to the league now. And I had a chance to speak with a former owner of the NHL team, the Florida Panthers, Dr. Rick Lehman, just to get an understanding of the money aspect of things behind owning a sports team. And here is what he had to say. All right, Doctor, thank you for joining us. We're talking about the WNBA and their efforts to get more money for the players. There's a negotiation going on right now. It's supposed to wrap up in October. We saw what happened at the WNBA All-Star game recently. And as a former professional team owner or former NHL team owner, I wanted to get your thoughts on the rise of the WNBA. It's really taken off over the last couple of years. We just got our own NBA team here in the Bay Area as well. What do you think of watching this?
Well, I think it's amazing. And I think essentially what you're seeing is you're seeing extreme increase in popularity, viewership, sponsorship, etc. So again, the league has taken off. And I think, number one, I think it's huge for San Francisco, the Bay Area. And number two, I think it's huge for the league. So again, you're seeing something that really hasn't happened in pro sports ever in my experience. And that is in a short time, in 2 seasons, essentially the values of these teams doubles and triple.
So we've watched here the WNBA. They still, from a report that I read, they're still losing, I think, $50 million a year. But the WNBA players, they're looking for a raise. I think Caitlin Clark, her base salary, I think, is $75,000 a year. Of course, she gets a lot more with, different endorsements, sponsorship, so much. She still gets paid. But the league as a whole, many of the players are looking for more cash. How does that normally go about when you have a league? How do you go about paying, your players when the league is still losing money?
Well, I think you have two counterbalance problems. One is everybody's reading about the Valkyries and everybody having unbelievable value, and then it's the day-to-day money in, money out, right? And the league is losing money. There is no question about it. And so at the end of the day, these owners have to kind of counterbalance that. Now, when we owned the Panthers, it was very clear. I mean, these were high net worth guys, and we could afford the losses. And we looked at the big picture. What was the big picture? The big picture was increased value in the franchise. So if you lose money year to year, but you're going to sell it for a multiple of 15 or 20, and you're going to make hundreds of millions of dollars, everybody could understand that. You don't know that that's going to happen in the WNBA. So that's the first thing. But you can understand in every league, it's the same, right? In the NHL, the players are like, we want a percentage of profits. We don't want to get paid X amount of dollars. You guys are making a fortune on our backs. And what are we getting for it?
But yeah, no, I think it was just all of us getting on the same page for the game. We wanted to do something that was just united and collective, and I thought that it was a very powerful moment and got the point across. And sometimes you don't have to say anything.
Huge protest at the All-Star game, came out with their shirts, etc. Maybe not the best way to do it, but again, got everybody's attention. And I think they have a very, very viable, issue, and that is, hey, as the league increases in value, they deserve to get paid more. Now, what they need to do is they have to understand, again, this is a long-term process. You cannot look at this as a one-year deal or a two-year deal. That's just not the way to look at pro sports.
Well, I wanted to get first your thoughts on you didn't think it would so they wore those shirts that say pay us what you owe us at the All-Star game. You said something before you didn't think it was the best way to do it. As a former professional team owner yourself, why do you think that?
Well, you know what happens is you get the fans all whipped up, which is okay. I mean, that's not a bad thing actually, but I think the best thing to do really is negotiate in unity, right? You don't really want to present the players versus the owners, and the reason is nobody wants a strike. So everybody's worried, and in the NBA, that there's going to be a shortage, a work stoppage or a work shortage because of a strike, and nobody wants that. Sponsors don't want it, owners don't want it, players don't want it, but particularly that just shuts down the growth of the franchise. So you kind of want to show unity as opposed to coming out and saying, hey, we're not getting fair value. I think that the players, and I know the players because I treat a lot of the players, have the feeling that they're not getting their voices heard. And I think they need to get their voices heard, but maybe more in a little less volatile way that's going to get everybody worried that, oh boy, we're going to have a work stoppage or a work shortage. And I think that their opinions are valid. I think they're right. They're not getting paid enough.
I think you heard the crowd at the end of the game. And it's no disrespect to the league ever. I just, you just want to make sure, the statement is made clear about what we as players have grown to deserve. And I think it was less about, trying to make a statement, more about we got to just make sure the statement is clear and clear.
Enough. I completely agree with that. They also have to be sympathetic to the other side, though, and that is there's a lot of money at risk, A, and B, this is a growing process. This is a long-term process. Hopefully, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, these girls are going to be in the league another 10, 12 years, and I think that rivalry is great. And I think that, every time Caitlin Clark gets knocked down and everybody's pissed off, that's great because that's value. That's great media. Mm-hmm. And I don't look at it in the short term, but I understand if I'm an owner and we're a little short on cash and we're losing $40-50 million a year. And we did it, the Panthers. We had these meetings. What are we going to do? Are we going to cut costs? Are we going to increase our spending to try to play better? What are we going to do? I understand the whole argument.
Oh, sure. So now, from what I understand, the franchise fee for the Valkyries was pretty low when the owner bought into it. Now it's, you got to pay $250 million. And we have Cleveland, we have Detroit, we have Philadelphia, which are set to debut in 2028, 29, and 30 respectively here. So at least the franchise fees are going up to be sure. And then we have that 11-year, $2.2 billion TV deal that will also go into effect next season. So are those grounds for what the players are doing here to try and extract as much as they can from the league at this point? Give me your thoughts on that.
So, Andre, these are great points. Great points. So number one, the players are underpaid. There's just no doubt about it. I mean, they're just underpaid. And some of them are going to get sponsorships. A lot of them aren't going to get sponsorships. So let's look at that. I think the $2.2 billion TV contract is huge. And I think that the franchise fees, every owner gets a piece of those franchise fees. When a new franchise came into the NHL, we all got a pretty good sized kicker. And we love that. But I also think the players have to understand two things. One thing is that the value of the franchise is going to go up. Hopefully revenue is going to go up and they're going to get paid more. And number two, they're also in a long-term situation. They want to look at this as 4 or 5 years, 3, 4 years. So if I'm an owner, I'm going to say to them, look, this is our contract. I would not try to sign a 10-year contract or a long-term deal right now. I would try to sign a short-term deal, say we're going to double your pay, triple your pay, which is not unreasonable at this time. I'm on the player side on this one. And then say, as revenues come in, we'll revenue share. If we make $100, we're going to give you 50% or 40% or whatever the number is. But I think right now, the players feel so disrespected, just to be fair, because the pay isn't commensurate. And now all of a sudden they're getting all this publicity. And as you said, the values of the franchise are going up and the visibility is going up. Hopefully sponsorship's going up, and they're wondering, why are we the last to get paid? And they're correct. But I think they need to look at this as kind of a two-tier deal, and that's what I would try to sell to them.
You know, I wonder if because okay, WNBA, it's long been known that the players have been very low paid, but now is a time what we have not seen in years is when the WNBA is blown up to the point where people are celebrating it across the country right now. So now I could understand them want more money, but is there a play? And I think you maybe alluded to this of a slow upswing in getting to that direction. You know, making a more methodical approach to understanding how we're going to play those, pay the players a little bit more, not this big chunk right away, rushing right into it. Is there an argument for that?
Beautiful. There's no question. So, you know, the NHL is a little bit different in that it's just a third tier league, right? I mean, it's not the NFL, it's not Major League Baseball, it's certainly not the NBA. And we just didn't have the revenues. We didn't have a big TV deal. And so when the players wanted more money, we didn't have any, you know, other than sponsorship raising season tickets. We had no way to get more money. We weren't going to get a huge TV deal because it's just not that popular. The WNBA is a little bit different in that you don't really know where it's going, right? I mean, the popularity is rising huge at this point, but is that going to continue? Are they going to drop back? What's going to happen? So I think you're right on the money. As I said a minute ago, you need to sell them on a two-tier deal. We're going to increase your salaries because that's correct. That's just the right thing to do. And we're going to re-look at this. We're not going to shut everything down. We're going to re-look at this in, let's say, a year or two. And if revenues are such, we're going to include you in a revenue sharing deal. And that revenue sharing deal could be, like I said, 40, 50%. And I think you have to sell the players on both of these concepts. But when you're underpaid like this, these girls, they got to pay their rent. They have, you know, bills like you and I have bills, and they got to pay their bills, and they're really getting underfunded. So, and to be honest with you, if you had a Caitlin Clark in college getting an NIL deal, she's getting a much better deal in college than she's getting now. You know, like you said, she's got great sponsorship, Target, etc. But look at the other kids. So what I would try to sell, just as what you're talking about, is, you know, hang on, we got revenues coming in. Let's try to make this a two-tier deal, and then sit down in a year, 18 months, and let's look at our revenues, and we're going to give you a flat percentage of our revenues, whatever that is.
So okay, so let me just break it down to the uninitiated here, the people that are just getting into the sports because of the WNBA. So the revenue to pay a player can come from TV sponsorships, increased ticket sales, and also, you know, TV deals. The WNBA has a 23% increase in viewership and 26% increase in percentage increase in attendance, merchandise sales at 40%. Do all of those figures go into how much the players can try to get in terms of their pay?
Absolutely. So the revenue sources are just what you said: sponsorship, tickets, season ticket, walkaway